So ultimately, I've been talking in depth to clubs this week about how develop players and coaches. And you want development programs that develop the players as a unit. Okay, so it's quite a clinical term, unit, but if you imagine the player comes through a system and should have certain skills, then the head coach, when they're an adult in a performance team or a grade side, can just mold that player into their strategy. And that player should hopefully have the ability to continually exhibit or have very strong awareness of grip, pass, catch, carry. So one thing I have seen in rugby league, there's more and more and more young players who are aware that they should focus a little bit on grip, pass, catch, carry. So for all my criticisms of certain emphases in the game, I can't argue with the fact that more kids in general seem to know that you should grip, catch, pass, and carry the ball in a certain way. Evasion skills is another. Decision-making skills is another. Decision-making skills can branch off into so many things. It's about the line running I was talking about earlier. It's about engaging a defender to pass to somebody in space. It's decisions in terms of what to do off the ball. It's a wide-ranging subject, but we can call it decision-making skills. Tackle technique is the third one. So evasion skills, decision-making skills, tackle technique. We want our players to have good tackle technique, both shoulders, but the ability to be able to move and tackle. So nobody runs constantly straight at you all the time, do they? They change direction. So if you imagine we're coaching our players to change direction, can you imagine the tackle that is required on the other side? So you have to be light on your feet. You have to be able to tackle in different scenarios, cover tackle, scrambling defense, etc., etc. That leads me to the fourth point, which is defensive alignment and structure ability. So one of the big things many coaches struggle with is getting their team to defend in a line. And I think in the community, that should be your goal, defend as a line. And you want your players, if you're focused on developing them for the long term, you want them to be aware of certain types of defensive system. So, for example, compressed up and out, spread up and in. Okay. But the ability to be able to change. So when we go back to tackle technique, I tend to be an under the ball person, but some coaches are an over the ball person. So as long as they're aware that through your development system, that player can adapt to whatever coach you get. And then the fifth one, so evasion skills, decision-making skills, tackle technique, defensive alignment, or ability to fall into a structure. The fifth one is fitness and strength. So in terms of long-term athlete development, our game is full of ad hoc fitness and strength programs. The coach of the under-14s doesn't liaise with the coach of the under-13s or the under-15s. They just do their own thing that year. If they take them to the gym, they do their own thing that year. They don't liaise. Like anything else, anything you do over the years adds up. So if you do one type of strength program one year and then a different kind the year after, you're not going to have the same incremental improvement than if you followed a 2, 3, 4, 5 year strength program. So these are the kind of things I put into play in clubs.